let's talk about beggars. A lot of people say they cannot be choosers, and I would agree. Beggars can't be choosers. But, you know, there are beggars who don't care and they will try to choose anyway, and then they most likely won't get their way and they'll keep begging, but whatever, I digress. When it comes to beggars, there's, I guess with everything, with a lot of things in life, there is like the high quality ones, the high tier ones, and there's like the low quality, low tier ones that, and then like that are just kind of sad, you know what I'm saying? And among the low tier, low quality ones, the type of beggars are, well, TikTok beggars. And that's the video we're gonna react to today. The video is called TikTok Begging is Sad. And it's by the YouTube channel Ohmeezzy. As always, link to the video and link to the channel will both be in the description below. Be sure to check them out. Let's get it. Well, first off, real quick, I want to add that from what I know about TikTokers, you have to have a massive millions of followers just to make a decent, a livable wage on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they get like paid like pennies versus for every like 1,000 views or something like that. I don't know, but I'm not surprised why some people would resort to begging on TikTok. But let's get into the video.
Now, I was never gonna do this video because I've seen a lot of other people do this video on YouTube, and I would hate to get the Abba and Preach allegations again and again and again. But after I saw the
what are the Abba and Preach allegations, I wonder?
New iteration of the Miles Morales NPC, I knew we had to talk about it.
No, we got that Dior. Gang.
Fear, you probably can't for now.
Jeez, that really hurts, you know. What the f is wrong with you? You want me to up the block in your ass?
Is he wearing makeup? Is he wearing makeup? Or is that a filter? Ugh. Brother, what is that?
Bitch, chicken is spicy. Gotta get the roses to the house.
Yeah, if you don't put the fries in the damn bag, forget streaming, forget 9 to 5s, hell, forget going to school even. There are people who want to do bare minimums or hell, nothing at all and still want to be compensated for it. And what blows my mind is they get mad at the people for consuming the content and then not paying for it. Now, as we become more and more focused on the internet and being famous and the clout, the shame has slowly but surely left society, and it's something that we need to bring back. We now have people that are shamelessly begging online for a number of reasons. Now, I want you to know I'm going to break the fourth wall.
In my opinion, it's people are aware that of, well, the good nature of humans. You know what I'm saying? You know, the type of nature that after you see a bunch of horrible things that humans do, is the type of the good nature in humans will make you believe that there's still faith in humanity. And so people that will be, it looks like a lot of these people that will be begging on TikTok are just aware of the good nature in humans and will try to take advantage of that. And that's why they'll be begging for money, or instead of actually going out and doing something and getting money, trying to make the money themselves, they'll just take advantage of humans' good nature. And that's a sad thing to do, because the more you do that, the more faith in humanity is lost. And it's like, it's a sad thing, because it could lead to, if enough faith in humanity is lost, then it could lead to, you know, terrible things happening. So hey, welcome back. I feel you, man. Support the black streamers.
Here, my scriptwriter has insert reasons here because he wants me to give a bunch of reasons as to why these people are begging for money, but I can't think of a singular reason as to why people on the internet feel entitled to other people's money.
Why haven't I thought about that? Because one thing that I'm bad at doing is writing scripts, which is why I do a lot of reaction videos, or I'm planning on doing like for anime content. Like I was trying to write a script, but I haven't worked on that script for this one anime that I was working on. I haven't worked on that script for like the past month. And I'm also planning on doing like a video that has to deal with Henry Cavill and what's going on with him in his Warhammer show. But I can't get to the writing the script part. It's like, I don't know what it is with me and scripts. So That's what he does. He has a script writer, I guess. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could find a script writer on like the YouTube careers thing if I wanted to, but I kind of like to just freestyle my shit.
So tired of scrolling down my For You page and all I see is people begging and begging and begging. Everybody's struggling. I just came from California. You know how much they're paying in gas? They're paying like $7 for regular. And you're asking those people for money? They're going through it too. Begging for money is not content. Make me laugh. Teach me something. Do a makeup tutorial. Do something.
The baby trying to sleep in that video is taking me out. Please put that baby down, go in the other room and make your TikTok rant. But I totally agree with what she's saying. At one point in time, social media begging came with some sort of need for the funds. People got into horrific car accidents. So a site like GoFundMe was introduced. It was,
or like in the last video we saw, the Gimp God, his whole house burnt down. He did not resort to begging, but he did make a post about, you know, how that he was okay. He didn't resort to begging. As a matter of fact, Most Critical, aka Charlie, is the one that saw what happened and decided to do a charity stream for him. Shit, so yeah, no one, even in that case, nobody begged for anything. Even though if you were going to beg, it would be something like that would be a cause for begging. But nowadays, people are just begging for money just because they don't want to work. Honestly, it's better when it's from the real, unless you're writing it. Don't you think you should hire a script writer? You don't think I should? So yeah, I should probably just freestyle the anime style, the anime videos, instead of like, because I don't like doing, because I have problems committing to doing the script. So I should probably just freestyle it and go with what comes to mind. I'll probably do that instead of writing a script writer. Yeah, because it won't be as real. You're right. Good point, man. Thanks for that.
was no different than tithing at church or being a part of a community and pooling up money together. I remember going to gas stations and them having a little jar because somebody had gotten into a car accident or an employee had gotten sick and they don't have benefits. And that was a great time to look at the American health structure and criticize it for what it is. But these people that are on the internet begging for money for no reason at all, other than they just don't want to get jobs, try school or anything, but because they've seen some sort of profitability in e-panhandling, have to be examined and have to be taken off the internet. One of the reasons why e-begging is so prominent in today's day and age is because these people create these parasocial relationships from which they create this emotional attachment with the person on the screen that makes it feel like I'm obligated, or there's some sense of urgency or some sense of helping this person that I've grown closer to over the years. See, it can feel one-sided at times because while on one hand, the person that's giving the funds, consuming the content, can feel like they are really helping, they're really building a connection with this person, they're being brought along the journey. On the other end of the phone, the creator doesn't feel like there's this connection with them. Yeah, they say you guys and I love you all for the support, etc., but they don't know you, they don't know your name, they don't know what type of funds you have to be giving out. They're just thankful that those roses, that those honeybees, and that those galaxies go through on TikTok Live. And it gets
right. So a lot of them just don't give a shit. They're just like, cool, someone's giving me money, I'll take it, and they'll just, you know, act accordingly. But like I said, people that are begging like on TikTok are just taking advantage of the good nature that humans tend to have. And so it's like the bad nature is taking advantage of the good nature, and it's not a good thing. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It's like taking advantage of people in and of itself is completely wrong. So like they're better off just going to go get a job and like going to try to make the money themselves, instead of being like, hey, give me some money, please give me some money, and then going even further than that. It's like, no, just fuck you. Or why should I? They just sit there begging and not doing anything to actually try to make the money. They're not even trying to make content, not trying to make something educational, not trying to make something entertaining. Just sitting there begging for money, and instead of trying to work for it in some way, shape, or form. Get out of here with that, man. People on the Minecraft story mode subreddit building my ego when they ask for the game for free when you can afford both seasons and have them. Bro, I don't know. I thought it wasn't available anymore, but I'm not sure. I don't know too much about that.
to this point where creators start to share these vulnerabilities. They want some sort of pity or sympathy from their audience that they are talking to in order to get some sort of funds from these people. Guilt and peer pressure are the main things that they play on in these scenarios. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a secret. Don't let me spoil it. These people are lying to you about these situations.
So you can buy it through resale. Yeah. I was talking about like the actual, like from the Minecraft people that made it in the first place. So yeah, you can't get it from them, but you can still buy it through resale. That makes sense.
This is no different than when you're driving on the highway and you see a person outside with babies on a floor mat and a sign that says need help feeding my kids. I can guarantee you a good portion of those people walk out of their mansions, come in their cars, park across the street, and walk over to the edge of the interstate and put their signs out. Now,
what did I say? Because I've heard about that before. I saw a YouTube video that added one of those people. Like the lady was on the street with a sign. You know, after a while, she put her sign away, and someone was following her. She didn't know, but she put her sign away and then walked across the street and through a back alley. You know, kind of like this maze not loop, but this maze type labyrinth thing. And then she got into her BMW and drove off. It's like, what? So what does this say? Traveling group of panhandlers using fake child funeral scheme in West Michigan. The group has been spotted all over the greater Grand Rapids area using posters to solicit money to pay for a funeral for a child. The police said it's a fake story. Holy crap. See, it's when people do things like this, it makes the other people, especially people like me, wonder that if anybody they see that could actually need some help, are they fake too? So it makes me doubt everybody else I see, especially since I have trust issues from things I've already been through in my life. Now I don't trust any of that shit. And I also, there's like a Publix down the street. Whenever I go to Publix, there's usually at least one person, sometimes up to 3, 4, 5 people out there with a baby in a whatever that thing is that people put babies in to push around, a stroller, with a baby in a stroller, and they just be sitting there looking around asking for money to anybody that walks by. So it's like, well, shit. Now, obviously, I was like, I'm not gonna give you money because I don't trust you. That shit might be fake. And also, why do you have your baby out there in the heat when it's summer? Like Colorado, I live in Colorado, so the summertime it's like hits up to 90s and the hundreds. It's like, why do you have your baby out here in the heat when you're begging for money? Like, leave your baby at home and try. If you're gonna ask for money, come out here by yourself instead of trying to pull on people's heartstrings and get money from them by having your baby suffer, if it even is a real baby. Because I haven't gotten close enough to even try to see if it's a real baby or not, and I don't plan on getting close enough. Fuck that shit. But another display, another act of people trying to use other people's good nature and kindness and taking advantage of it. It's just another showing of that. I hate that shit, man. So losing more faith in humanity, bruh.
Cars, park across the street, and walk over to the edge of the interstate and put their signs out. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, because there are some people that need help out there, and that's why this situation is really nasty, because there are people that actually need help on the internet, but there's a lot of people that are exploiting this because they know they can get away with it.
What make people, women, just inbox a dude out the blue or told a stranger just asking, can you cash out me? Hell no, I can't cash out. You know what? When they made cash out, they should have made ass out. Cause you go at me to cash out you finna have to ass out me. So if you can't do ass out women, don't ask me for cash out women.
Hey, that brother is spitting. And so usually when people are giving money,
he's spitting the truth. Someone give him a soapbox so he can stand on, preach, church, tabernacle.
to something or someone, they're getting something good in return. You know, they're bartering. They are saying, I'm going to exchange this for this. And a lot of people feel like that makes sense. That's hell. That's what the economy is backed off of. Me giving you $1 for a lollipop. Like, that's literally how things work in the economy. So in order to seem like non-freeloaders, like these people that just ask strangers for money for zero effort or anything involved in the transaction, we have this new creation of NPCs. My problem with NPCs is the bare minimum amount that they are putting into their content in order to get into these people's psyches and then have them exchange it for some sort of money.
Kai Cenat revealed that he earned over...
Bro, it's the same, and he's saying the same thing over and over. There's that one girl that like made the NPC thing famous. I forgot what her name was or what she went by. It was some black chick though. But you see her talking with the mask off, right? Whenever she's not doing the whole NPC thing. And it's like she's done the NPC act for so long that it's stuck in her brain and now she can't turn it off, because when she's just talking randomly, she'll keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. She'll keep repeating herself when she's trying to make a point about something else. It's like that the NPC thing has really made you into an actual NPC. Like she could say something like, y'all think I'm playing, and then she'll say that over, like if she's arguing with her viewers, her chat, she'll say something like, y'all think I'm playing, but then she'll say it like 5 times. Y'all think I'm playing, y'all think I'm playing, y'all think, and then she like over and over and over again. It's like the NPC thing has really made you an NPC. Like you're not even a real person anymore. Of course Kai Cenat tried it.
$5,000 for just 1 hour of acting like an NPC on TikTok Live. NPC streaming encourages viewers to gift you stickers using their own money for you to act like a non-playable character from video games, aka just a bot or a computer.
And what pisses me off in these situations is the fact that they somehow feel entitled to the money.
There's 11,000 people in here. There's 11,000 people in here, and you guys are not tapping the screen. Tap the goddamn screen, okay? Okay, you see this button right here? Press the button.
Nobody owes you shit, bro.
Thanks to follow. You guys are amazing.
Miles, how about you tap the apply button and get a damn job? Now look, I'm all for patronizing people who are participating in the finer arts of the world. Even if you don't call them finer arts, I believe in patronizing content creators, full stop. This is a job, this is a 9-to-5. People put effort and energy into these things, they study, they take it seriously. However, this is the lowest and lowest and lowest of forms. And I think the difference between this situation and the Miles situation that's going on right now is the fact that I am not begging you guys to give me money or I will stop creating content, or I'm demanding money from you guys. Like, how fast would you click off of my video if I all of a sudden grabbed the camera and said, hey, give me your fucking, give me your money right now. Wait a minute,
Yep, gone. Bye.
So look, I had to sleep on.
But real quick though, as far as the Miles guy goes, I'm gonna give him credit because his Miles act and even the voice he uses with it is pretty damn good. He could come up with skits, in my opinion. He could come up with some Miles Morales based skits, or Miles just being out in New York based skits, and put them on YouTube. I think he could do great with that, instead of just sitting there doing NPC shit and waiting for people to tap the screen and then getting mad when they don't. That sort of thing over and over has got to affect you. It's got to. Like they gotta be walking up saying, yum, yum, ice cream so good. Yeah. That shit that's gotta affect your mind somehow, some way. Yeah, like it's got to. Like, there's no way it doesn't, because after a certain amount of time, even when you're not doing the whole live stream thing, you're still gonna be. It'll at least take time to turn that part of the brain off in your daily life. Like, that shit's crazy.
On this one last night because it was really irking me and bothering me, and I had to come to the camera and add this add-on to this video because it's something that really just blew my mind that it escaped me. The reason why I really hate these TikTok begging people, it's not because I'm mad at how people get your bread. Get your bread, you're a baker, get your bread. The reason why I have an issue with it is because it undermines people that are really in need. See, the thing about social media and building community as a content creator is that you create some sort of connection with people who are viewing your content, and then those people patronize you by giving you views, likes, subs, and sometimes occasionally donating funds to you in the means of a super chat or a gifted sub or whatever platform they have that they're watching you gives them to monetize you. But when we have people overutilizing these things for means that aren't necessary to live, and they are scamming and lying to people, it undermines what a real community is. And we know the statistics behind how the healthcare system is in the United States and how it cannot be beneficial to people, and how people go into tens and thousands of of dollars in debt behind the medical system.
I went to the doctor for my shoulder. All she tried.
Ice Spice trying not to bust the twerking for 5 seconds in public, bro. It won't work. Like, I saw. I was reacting to another video before, and I don't remember which one it was, but Kai Snat had, I think it was Ice Spice in his live stream. He asked her to freestyle. He played her a beat. Her natural thing was to go into twerking. It's like, are you serious? You can't even try to freestyle, but you just go straight into twerking and that's it? Like, get fuck out of here, bro.
Tried to do is give me fucking medications. Bitch, how do I fix my shoulder? If you don't know, point me in the direction to the that would know. Come on, bruh. This bitch started spamming. You want Tylenol? No. You want this medication? No. You want this cream? No, bitch. What the f? How do I fix my shoulder? Send me to an MRI. Why am I doing your job?
And we also know how bad this economy is right now with these massive layoffs coming from these tech companies and other companies, the lack of jobs and resources that people have, and just the sky-high prices of groceries, gas, and any other thing. I understand why people would need extra funds to stimulate their pockets. And the fact that they are trading their time to entertain other people, it makes logical sense to tap into those communities. But that's only when they are providing true and real entertainment and the person consuming the content feels the need out of their heart to give.
Let's see, a lot of attractive rappers are talentless. They can't sing, they can't make lyrics. They just do stuff to make the Discord mods hard. Facts, bro. And it's because I don't want to say they're industry plants, but it's like they're willing to, well, in a way, in my opinion, sell their soul to make money. Like, if the company says, hey, make a song like, you're attractive enough, right? Make a song like this. And if you can't even write your own lyrics, they'll have somebody write it for you. And they're like, go perform this song. We're gonna make a video for it. And all you have to do in that video is shake your ass all the time, constantly, nonstop. And maybe even show a lot of cleavage. Maybe show as much as your breast as you can without showing the nipple. And then we'll pay you. And that's what they do. That's what they do. At this point, they're just, yeah, it's pretty much free OF. I don't know what kind of content goes on OF, but I can imagine it's pretty much like what you would find on the hub. So I don't know why people even pay for OF, but it's just crazy, man. And it's not worth it. And the whole thing with the music industry is it's just degrading, or it's slowly degrading the value of our youth, because they see what's on screen, what the music's playing, what their peers are into, and they pretty much follow that same trend. Even if their parents try to keep them away from that kind of content, if their peers are into it, their peers will share it with them, and the downgrading and the devaluement of our youth continues, or begins, and it continues. And next thing you know, when that kid grows up, they're gonna be acting out. They're most likely going to be acting out the same way they saw as a person they saw on TV when they were a kid. So it's tragic, man. It's tragic. I'm trying to go to Japan. I might try to stay in America for a while. After I quote unquote make it, I might try to stay in America for a while. Try to get like a business going. But I'm gonna be looking in the future to go to Japan, because America is maybe even get a remote job and just go to Japan. But I don't know, or maybe even like the Philippines or something. Modern rappers, all the kids are into be like, I got a lot of sexual partners. I got a lot of money. I shoot people. Don't fuck with me. Exactly. That's all it is. And then the kids see that and they think it's real. They think these people are really about that life, and they're not. And then those kids try to imitate that same thing. It's like there's more to life than that. Way more to life than that. But they don't know that, or they don't focus. They don't know that because they're too focused on the bullshit that the popular media is spreading around. It's crazy, man.
Creation is supposed to be a passion project that just so happens to get you money. And I know a lot of people have figured out ways to manipulate the system and tap into people's pockets and gain those
Insert
resources.
actress twerking.
And to
Right.
each his own, I guess. But those people that actually need help in this world are looked at as shady. People can't even look at a GoFundMe straight anymore because they think these things are some sort of scam or, you know, some deceiving person behind it. And it's just not good anymore. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest. Back to the video.
That was a pretty good edit. I like how he did that.
Good anymore. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest. Back to the video. It's gotten so bad that even past content creators like Jason Nass have decided not to get a job even though content isn't necessarily working for him anymore. He's just gonna stay on TikTok live and beg for money all day.
Yo, hot take, Jason Nash is a whole weirdo, bro. This man was asked, why don't you get a real job? And he goes,
Oh yeah, it's not just that. The people aren't just getting harassed to make an OF, but if a girl is 17, like this one girl, I don't remember her name, but she did it before. She was 17 and she made like a post or an announcement that next week she's turning 18 and she's gonna launch her OF page on her 18th birthday. She made like millions of dollars on that same day that she turned 18. Like people are stalking and waiting for 17-year-olds to turn 18 to make that content. And then, yeah, people are getting harassed to make OF content. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some female Twitch streamers that are attractive enough, and people go in and be like, hey, do you have an OF? And they'll be like, no, I don't have one. And they'll be like, make an OF. Do it. And it's just, it's crazy, man. It's what the hell is going on with our country? What the hell is going on with our society, man?
what do you suggest I work at Lululemon? Yeah, that's exactly what we suggest. I then see another podcast clip and he's like, I miss when David Dorwick was on the pod because of the money that it got me. Like, dude's basically a 50-year-old leech.
I think that people forget that content creation is a privilege and nobody is obligated to give you money. Sure, it would be nice, and it would be nice to have this be a long, fruitful career, but for a lot of people, that's just not gonna be the case. Especially for these people that were one-off content, you know, darlings like the Apple Store girl, Lachey Hinton. There's no need for you to continue to try to squeeze the juice out of an orange that at this point is nothing but debris and dust from your success from years ago. And hell, I wouldn't even necessarily say that you were a successful content creator. You were a viral moment. But here you are, unemployed, homeless, 2 kids, and all you do is sit on TikTok live all day and beg for money.
Y'all eat breakfast yet?
Bro, if you have kids and your source of income is being on TikTok to beg for money instead of putting your kids first and trying to make sure your kids aren't starving, if you don't go get your ass a job, what the hell are you doing with your life? Why do you even have custody of those kids? Oh my God. Yo, somebody called child support or whatever. Somebody called child whatever, whatever the people that come and take the kids away, man. Holy shit. Women online, I fucking hate men, right? No one bats an eye. Random dude online, I hate all women. Society, society is like, yo, you gotta die. Yeah, that's how it is, man. It's crazy. And I think it's a lot of it has to do with things like women being the main consumers. You know what I'm saying? Like, or things like that. It's not just them being like the main consumers and people who buy things, because men will be like, well, are more likely the ones that aren't going to spend money on needless stuff. Whereas women are going to be the ones to try and buy as much stuff as they can, just willing to spend their money all willy-nilly. And who came up with that phrase, willy-nilly? It's like the willy of nilly. Who came? Anyway, but then it's like it's even with things with child support or with divorce. Like, women are most likely going to be the ones to get the kids because, you know, the paid child support. That's what the man will pay child support to the woman, and then the woman will just spend it on everything, on anything she wants. Not instead of giving the kids to their dad, even if the dad is a great dad and has never done anything wrong, the kids won't go to the dad because their woman most likely won't pay child support, won't have to pay child support to the dad, and the dad knows how to manage his money well. So I don't know, man. Society is screwed for the most part. Gender inequality goes both ways. It does, but nobody wants to talk about that part. They just want to talk about how, you know, women are being oppressed.
So I did. Y'all want to buy me breakfast? Y'all want to give me some breakfast?
Hell no.
I want some Starbucks.
It's even gotten to the point where she had her kids taken away from her at some point.
Thank
and had
you.
the court saying that she was neglecting her kids in their own living environment because she would simply not provide for them.
She allowed her niece to get SA'd while she was doing her makeup on live, and her son was the one doing it. And she justified it by saying that it wasn't her son, it was the niece's brother, her nephew. She has multiple child neglect charges.
How does that justify anything? Your kid was still getting SA'd while you were on live begging for money. Whether or not it was the son or your nephew, it doesn't matter. You neglected your kids and let your kid get SA'd at how young of an age? Man, fuck out of here. She does not deserve to have her kids.
And allow her son to fall into a coma because he got access to her pills. Her son missed over 90 days of school. She mentally abused her kids. There's a video of her spitting on her son and saying that she can't stand his little ugly ass. We can only praise God that her kids are not in her custody anymore. If you give her money, that's you condoning that behavior.
Now we have a chicken and egg dilemma here because who's to really blame? Is it the audience or is it the person that is begging for the money? Now,
low key, maybe she should even do time. Like, not even like, I'm glad they took her kids away, but are you sure she shouldn't be behind bars for just letting that shit happen? Or something?
On one end, I think that there's like two types of audience members. There's one that thinks that they're contributing to the success of their content creator, that they're participating in their well-being or continued lifestyle, you know, trying to support somebody who's actually out there in need. And then I think that there's another audience member who is literally mentally unstable and is donating because they think that this is fun games and a way to rack up some sort of cool points in a community because they get some sort of notable face. The problem that I have,
they took their parents' credit card. See, I wouldn't let a random kid across the street get hell nah, bro. If I saw that shit happening, I'd have to run in and stop whatever's going on. I'd have to put a stop to it. Like, no, nobody should be letting kids get SA'd. I don't care if the brother's the one doing the essay or the nephew's the one doing the essay to the kid. Like, nobody should be letting that shit happen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's doing it. Stop that shit. I don't care if your house is starting to catch fire. Obviously, like, get the kids out of the house and while stopping the essay and all in one failed action, all in one failed swoop. But nobody should be letting their kid get SA'd for any reason. Bruh, terrible parents. Who thought it was a good idea to have kids with this chick in the first place? Probably someone who ain't shit because they obviously weren't with the mom. Well, at least it seems like they weren't with the mom at all.
Have on the flip side of that when it comes to the content creator is that they play on all of these things. They play on the emotions of the people who think that, hey, I'm really participating in furthering and advancing these people's lives, and then they play on the person who I think has something wrong with them that thinks that they're gaining some cool points in some sort of community by giving them money or by giving them galaxies or gifts or whatever the case may be. Both are wrong. I think that it's more on the creator side of things, but you'd have to let me know in the comments because both of them are insane to me. And I think the most extreme version of e-begging that plays onto people's heartstrings and people's emotions is when people do the GoFundMe attacks. The reason why I call them attacks is because
facts. If you can't love your kids, then you should just put them up for adoption. And this chick right here, I remember hearing all about her. So this chick, she faked that that a man hit her with a brick and made her face swell up. She was like, she worked in like a nursing, she worked around in the medical field. I forgot what she did exactly, but she was able to put on some fake bandages and you know, paint it and cover it up and make it look like her face had actually swollen up. And she went around, I forgot what she did exactly, but she went around saying, all these men are out here and they didn't do anything when a man just hit me with a brick because I didn't want to give him my number. She tried to say all of that, and she tried to act like men were the problem or men didn't do anything to help her. And she also tried to say that, what was it? She was a single mother that was a lesbian, and she tried to play out to that community as well. And there was some other buzzwords that she threw out there to try to get the support from as many people as she could get. But it turned out that the wound, she even like would poke her face where the wound was. She would poke the shit out of it. And if she had actually gotten hit with a brick and her face swollen up like that, it would have been sensitive. Like there's no way she would have just been able to poke it as hard as she was doing without flinching at all while still yelling that men are the problem. It turns out it was all fake. After she started a GoFundMe, which you see here, she got like $42,000 or more, but it turned out to be all fake, and she was out in the club spending that money and just enjoying her time. But she ended up getting hit with like people found out, the cops found out she got hit with like a fraud or something like that. I think she's doing jail time right now or something, or I think, or there's a fine she has to pay. But yeah, all fake. And she was just taking advantage of people's natural, good instinct to help others. Bruh. I hate people like her, bruh. I hate that shit. Let's see. If you could ever in any universe let your kid get SA, then you shouldn't have. Exactly. You definitely should not have kids if you're gonna knowingly let them get SA. Just put them up for adoption or just not be allowed to have kids at all. What type of person immediately goes to hitting with a brick, punching or hitting them is like 50 times more realistic. Facts. Like, and obviously it's highly like, no, I don't know why anyone would believe that, oh, you didn't want to give me your number, well, I'm gonna hit you with a brick. Who would believe that story? Well, let's be real, most women will probably believe that story, because especially the feminists, because man bad, and a lot of them have this ingrained thought that they from other women or from just man haters, that man bad, a man probably did hit her with a brick in the face because she didn't want to give him her number. So apparently a lot of women believed it, because again, she made $42,000 off that GoFundMe and off that bullshit story. And apparently that wasn't even the first time she did that. There was like another story that she did where she completely made a bunch of other shit up and started GoFundMe and made money off of that as well. It was completely fake. I don't remember what the story was, but I know there was a second story, or a first story, because the brick thing was a second story. Women blindly hating on men is so it is, bro. Like, and I don't know what it is. It's like either they learn that from their parents or they learn that from the women around them. But our society right now is teaching women to hate men for the most part. Teaching most women, because there are a few women out there that are like, that's bullshit, and they're trying to fight against it. Thankfully. So shout out to women like that who see the bullshit and the lies that the man haters are talking about, and they're trying to fight against it on their own. So shout out to those type of women. Someone, hey Joe, me, who's Joe? Him, Joe Mama, me, according to this woman, hits him hits in the face with a brick, right? She a girl boss, independent woman, don't need no man. Facts. She don't need no man. That's what, and then you know what? When that brick story came out, there was probably someone out there who was like, "Hey, you're a girl boss, aren't you? You don't need no man." That's probably why the men didn't do anything, and they sat around watching the other guy hit you with a brick. When, of course, a whole thing was fucking fake. And the reason all the men, because she showed in the video that a group of guys are standing around, but she showed in the video, or that's probably why they were standing around, because nobody actually hit her with a brick. They're probably standing there like, what the fuck is she talking about? But anyway.
GoFundMe was legitimately supposed to be for things that had real life consequences and situations behind them. But now we're using the GoFundMes as an excuse or a way to lie about getting hit in the head with a brick and why you might need some money for it.
Because I've been on here for 25, 30 minutes now. I've been saying the same thing, how much I need, and ain't nobody saying nothing. I'm really getting tired though, no shade. I really am.
If I could get 800, then I can finagle the rest. Like,
okay, niggas really came through with some food.
Yo, what up? What's up, Trados?
Now look, I understand that the economy,
hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, all the above,
is extremely hard right now. Hell, I've been thinking about leaving my job day in and day out, my 9 to 5, to find another job, but I can honestly see how hard it would be to do that. It's not just easy as snap my fingers and I've got another career. No, it doesn't work like that. And for a lot of Americans going through what the economy is going through right now, they are getting ravaged by things that they never saw coming. But with that being said, this is not an excuse to use content creation to get a job. Because to be honest with you, from my perspective, it is a temporary fix on something that is going to last longer than today and tomorrow. And the only thing that you're going to have to do is continue to top yourself and become more and more and more extreme to the point where you are selling out your entire family in order to get money from strangers on the internet.
Please tell me you guys have seen or heard about the story about the young couple that...
Oh, because you're sick. That's why you can't sleep. I feel you, bro. I hope you start feeling better. Actually quite legal to just pirate Minecraft story mode on PC. Well, then people will just resort to that, especially with the way the economy is right now. If you ask on Reddit, they will give you a link. Huh. That's easy as fuck. Even when you did hard work today. So even though you're sick, you still worked hard today? See, that's what's up, bruh. Like it's being willing to put in hard work even when you're sick is a quality not a lot of people have. Because obviously we're watching a video about how TikTok people are just begging for money for even though they could go out and get work, could go out and get a job, or could go out and do something to get money. But they would rather sit on TikTok and begging other people. I'll check out the tutorial instead. Okay. I might actually try it. I don't know. I'm not gonna make that promise, but it does sound interesting.
Lived in a storage unit. They recently got kicked out of the storage unit because the guy was filming everything. He was showing how they had the boxes stacked up in the front, but behind the boxes, they had a bedroom and a little living room area, how he was stealing the power from the storage facility to charge their power bank. He was doing backflips in the hallway and uploaded it to a TikTok. The storage facility found out and kicked them out because you can't live in those people's facility as if it is an apartment.
This guy was willing to risk the safety and security of him.
The dude was trying to live in a storage facility like it was their apartment. Okay, I'll give him points for creativity, but why would you put it on TikTok for the world to see and act like you're not gonna get caught? Come on now. And also, my camera is upside down, but only for this one scene, and there's a reason for it. It's kind of like a little mystery thing I've got going on. I'll wait for people to figure it out, but until then, it's gonna be like that. Average Tyler Perry movie plot. I broke up with my abusive husband and he grabbed a gun and threatened to kill me. That's pretty much it. I don't really like Tyler Perry's movies or whatever, bruh. I don't like it at all.
Girlfriend, fiance, baby mama, or whatever.
It's always the man being... In Tyler Perry movies, the man's always the bad guy, mostly, right? And then Tyler Perry himself will be in the movie dressed as a woman. It's like, okay, bro, whatever. Auntie Medea, yeah, Auntie Medea, which is Tyler Perry in costume, helped out.
In order for him to get some sort of TikTok clout, fame, and popularity. He tried to make homelessness some sort of niche. And I know that was something that was coming into trend in the 2020s when the pandemic was happening and people were claiming to be nomadic when they were really just homeless. But this guy is voluntarily doing this stuff, bragging about it, putting his girlfriend on the internet to try to garner sympathy from people while kind of talking down to them at the same time and thinking that he was better than us for doing the things that he was doing.
We not getting a job. It sounds like y'all jealous because we found a way to make it work without a job and you still gotta work a 9 to 5, pushing 40 hours plus a week. That's on you. Don't get mad at us because we found a way to circumvent this shit and get out the system and get out the matrix. We living in a tent, paying no rent, saving up money every single month.
There's no way.
How you saving money if you're not even making money? Because like I said before, making money on TikTok, you have to have like thousands of views just to make a couple of pennies or dollars. Like millions of views to make a couple of dollars. But yeah, shout out to the people who actually go out and be like and live off the land, you know, live in a tent, fish, start a farm somehow and actually live off the land. Shout out to those type of people. But if you're going out there being like, I'm not getting a job, I'm just gonna, you know, beg for money on TikTok and get as much as I can and do things like that way, then fuck you. Like that's nobody cares. I mean, obviously you do your thing, but you ain't gotta try to talk down to other people on other people while trying to put yourself on a pedestal and saying that you're so much better than them because you don't want to get a job. Get out of here with that shit, bruh. In country is the content in the video. I think they're in the state. I don't know what state they're at, but it seems like they're in the United States. Your best friend was like, "Oh my god, he's beating you. We're gonna kick his ass. You don't need to bomb billionaire man. you don't need no dumb billionaire man." See, you broke up with him. Hold up. But then your auntie helped you. Oh, you're talking about the Medea thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is, bro. It's man bad, woman good, and Tyler Perry playing Auntie Medea.
That's envious of this bozo, and I think that all of this is insane because there's portions and times where he's begging for money on TikTok in order to sustain his lifestyle, in order to literally live, eat, and breathe. I don't know of anybody that's jealous of the fact that he beat the system by begging strangers for money.
Is that the Andrew Tate face? Somebody made an outline of the face. Okay, it is a crazy face that he made. I don't know the story behind him making this face, but that face went viral. Sorry that you can't write words, but it's easier for you to write through the translate on the keyboard. It's all good, man. Thanks for being here in the first place. I'm just happy you're here.
Money. If anything, people are donating because they feel pity for you in the situation that you brought your girlfriend, who just so happens to be pregnant, in. Like, you brought them in a situation where it's not safe. It's really not safe. But you did all that just to justify begging for money on the internet.
The jumping people do.
We've seen the NPC Miles Morales streamer go from being Spider-Man and doing this funny kind of thing to totally crashing out in the past couple of weeks. Like, he's been in fights and everything. And now he's perpetrating this young nigga skit on the internet in order to get money. And sure, I won't take it away from him. At his peak, he was making big bank. But what I say to a lot of these people when it comes to this content creation, whether it be as bummy as this or high level as some of the most high level people are, is this something that is sustainable for a long time? You can make $20,000 a month this year, but next year, are you gonna be able to do that? And $20,000 a month in a singular month is a lot. But if you stretch that over the course of a year, hell, you might as well have gotten a part-time damn job.
Facts. It looks like that video's over. And like I said, when the kid doing the Miles Morales things was at its peak, he could have transitioned that into something else instead of continuing to do like NPC TikTok NPC stuff. He could have transitioned to doing skits. You know, he could have maybe I'm sure he had some friends. He could have gotten them on everything and been like, all right, we're gonna act out skits in New York or places around New York and just film it and put it on YouTube, because he would make more money off YouTube than he would on Twitch or on TikTok. And he could have done the Miles Morales thing, because the Miles Morales thing was good. It was you know, he did a great voice for Miles, and he did great acting and everything for it. All he had to do was just transition to doing skits instead of going to a point so low where he had to just beg for money. It's crazy. See, you don't have to keep doing this. Exactly. If you keep doing the same content over and over again, you're going to start losing viewers. You gotta try to innovate somehow, some way. You know? Like, you can't just keep doing the same NPC type of thing over and over. People are gonna get tired of that. It was a trend that people got big off of. And when the trend went away, people didn't transition to something else. They just kept trying to force the trend to continue making money. Once making videos on YouTube was an exclusive, now earning okay money on YouTube is a luxury. Yeah. So you have to be monkey brain rot on TikTok. Exactly. And also he could have put his TikTok videos on YouTube. I don't know if he did that or not, but if he had just moved on, if he was able to notice the trend falling and then moved on to something else, to evolve it into something else, that would have been great. But if you just ride trends are gonna fall flat. And what's gonna happen if you don't change? You're gonna lose your viewership. You're gonna lose that monetary gain. And I would go as far as to say that when it was making him a lot of money, I bet he moved out of his parents' house, got his own place. And then when the money stopped and dropped, that's why he started begging. That's when he started begging. And then he's, instead of, again, transitioning to making different content or making better content. I don't know. Unless you're a gaming YouTuber or critic, because there's always other games out there. I mean, Markiplier has been going for years. Markiplier has been a YouTuber for like at least a decade, over 10 years, and he's still doing Five Nights at Freddy's videos. When another Five Nights at Freddy comes out, he's still doing gaming content, and he still has lots of millions of subscribers, and he still gets thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views sometimes. So yeah, I mean, but gaming content on YouTube is not really a trend. It's just it's a thing that's already set. Like, if people want to watch Let's Players play a certain game, they'll go to their favorite Let's Player, and there it is. Or if you're a critic, or if you're reaction, and people are going to want to watch whatever you're reacting to because they like how you react to certain things. They'll even suggest certain videos to watch, things like that. But if you're just following a trend, trends die out. Luckily, gaming is already set in its ways. Gaming and Let's Plays are already set in its ways. Critics are already set into their way. Is already a set thing to watch, and reactions are already a set thing to watch. But you can't force a trend to become a concrete set thing that people will want to follow for the rest of, however long it's going to be their life or whatever. But that's it for this reaction video. We're gonna move on to the next video. But as long as this video goes, you can find the link to Ohmeezzy's YouTube channel and then the link to the video in the description below, so be sure to check it out. But as always, don't forget to do those 3 things I like to ask you to do, and like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah, and you know what it is after that. In case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace, and much love to you.